Hello, dear friends. Welcome to the 8th edition of our program, Demystifying Academic Research. In the 7th session of our program, we started a discussion on literature review. We saw its importance and we tried to define it. We ended by looking at the structure of literature review that can give a good image, a good impression about a paper. We agreed on five stages or 5 parts in a befitting structure. We said the first part is we begin with the initial search. The second part is what I call cut and paste of relevant information. The third part is what I call a conceptual framework. The fourth part is I call it PEER. PEER. Point, example, explain, and repeat. And the last part is conclusions and introduction. My name is Mike Booker, and I encourage all of us that have interest in academic research to subscribe and put on the notification button so that each time we drop a new video, or which is done from Monday to Friday, you can also benefit from it. Equally, like, share, and make your comment known at the comment section. You may have an area that you are interested in and we have not yet touched. You can always ask your question that we can focus on that. That is said, we begin today. We agree that we will take each of these 5 sections for a particular day so that we can give detailed information that might be helpful because of the centralized position of literature review in every paper. And today we begin with the very first part of literature review, initial search. Mark you, dear friends, that literature review can be done for a standalone assignment or an assignment that is part of a work that is part of a bigger assignment, for instance, like a thesis paper or a book, for instance. And so we thought that we'll take the example of a standalone assignment to look at how literature review will be developed, knowing that this also throws light. Also, the second part that concerns the literature review that is part of a bigger assignment. Dear friends, in a literature review at the first stage we call initial search, what we advise is that once you have a topic already, some scholars say that you can turn the topic into a question, so that at least it should be that you are answering a question. That's still fine. We are looking at the one that you take the topic, you get the key concepts in that topic, key terms. For instance, last time we were discussing about the idea of the poor healthcare services delivered by doctors to patients at the Protestant Reformed Hospital. And we thought that in this particular topic, you can say poor health services offered by doctors to patients in this hospital. You can get the key concepts. We take it now to what we call Google search or open access. Especially when you convert your topic into a question, places like open access, you can have similar questions there. Open access, EBSCO, that's EBSCO, ECOLIT, and of course ProQuest. You can get similar papers that answer questions like that. And now if you take those key terms and put in, say, Google Scholar, which I will advise, you will now have a good number of articles, books that have been written concerning that particular topic. That is, this only tells us the importance of naming our books or articles or whatever write up good. If you give the right name to your book or article, it helps those who are searching materials like now. But if you give a wrong name, it makes the work difficult because people may read and discover what they have seen in the book is not what is on the title, is not what they found in the book. So it's always good to name your book rightly on your article, no matter the business interest. Dear friends, and so when you get these articles, you download the ones that have titles that interest you, that resemble what you are looking for in your topic. We assume that you don't know anything much about the topic. So you download these articles and you take time to read the articles. But you don't have to read everything. You just have to read the introduction, perhaps the abstract. For me, I often read the abstract. And sometimes if you're so interested, I go to the conclusions. And if I want to get more, I can look at the table of content or the subtopics. the subtopics in the book or the paper article. It gives me a better idea. Then you can now summarize the various ideas. Remember, you have downloaded the papers or the books in the soft copies in your computer. You now summarize the ideas, what you have read, and still save it in your computer. You save it and try not to forget to attach the author to it, so that you should not suffer from plagiarism when you get to the next stage, which is cut and paste. Dear friends, this is the most important part of the literature review, because once you begin well, you will continue right, you will hope so. So once you have now cut the information, you have gotten the required material, we assume they don't know anything, so you study those materials, you have a good idea of what is happening. You will start be seeing the gaps gradually, what is there, what is not there, and start helping to shape your paper. We assume that you can download about 10 to 20 papers so that you can be able to have good information in a wider scope. This is where we end with initial search, because you have now downloaded the papers, 10 to about 20 papers, books, and now you have them, you've read them, you've made some summaries and saved them in your computer. Then you are set and ready for the second stage, which is cut and paste of relevant information. Once more, you are welcome to our program, Demystifying Academic Research. Please, we hope that you will benefit something. Check these stages and follow gradually. You will be impressed at the end. My name again is Mike Booker. See you tomorrow for our ninth session of this program. We'll be handling the second step in developing a befitting literature review. And that second step is named cut and paste of relevant information. Success in your studies.